12, 32, 61, 8. Does that help?
I only need 1 sync point. Now we've got like 4 sync points. Now we've got 5.
But I want 61.
This is already going to be a really good show. I can feel it. Why are we starting?
Oh, I don't know. It's so hard. Just like my...
Alright, I found my pre-show blooper. Are you cracking open your second now?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just so I don't have to do it later.
Oh, I'm going to do it later. What I think is going to be awesome.
Oh. And now I'm gonna be all sticky.
That's the intro. What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to this week's Game Talk. I'm Ed. That's Ollie.
Red on red is bad anyway.
And we're here to talk about
sweat it off.
some games. Street Fighter 5 launched this week to generally positive reviews from critics, but much more mixed receptions from general
users.
fans.
Okay.
From the consumer, I would say. Yeah, one of the biggest complaints that a lot of people are having with it, I mean, there's a myriad of issues. Like, there's been a lot of, there's been a lot of online connectivity issues. Thank you.
Myriad.
And, but I think, and maybe some bugs and stuff, but, you know, it's probably
just server issues, that sort of thing?
I think there have been server issues, but
that's
the biggest...
They're hard to fix usually, they go on for ages.
By far the biggest complaint has been the lack of single player content.
Yeah.
They've really nailed down a focus on, I think, the competitive fighting game scene.
Yeah.
And kind of left everybody else in the dust.
Is there still like the offline multiplayer?
I think you can play couch multiplayer, so like just like 1v1, one person has control each.
Okay.
But nothing beyond that. So no arcade mode.
Oh.
No story mode.
That's a bit odd, but then again, like often fighting games are kind of weak with story.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time,
it's nice to have.
It's nice to have because it gives you a chance to learn the mechanics.
Yeah, and you can learn
and
each different
you kind of
character,
get like some fun cutscenes and stuff with the lore and stuff.
Yeah,
it's just
the lore is usually quite interesting.
Yeah,
like the DC gameplay, well, not gameplay wise, but like the Injustice. Its story mode was
really good. I really enjoyed Injustice.
I enjoyed the comic, I guess.
The comic's really good.
Yeah.
Let's talk for another time.
But
I thought the actual game's campaign was fine.
I don't know.
It was really solid.
I didn't like it.
Great use of character perspective as well, I feel like.
Yeah, that's what I liked about the campaign was that it could you could play as different characters. You weren't forced to like choose a character and stay with it.
Yeah, definitely.
So you could get a feel of which character you like best, you know.
Yeah, and like seeing the story from like Joker's perspective was really interesting.
Yeah,
and stuff. Yeah, it's a real shame that's missing so much single player stuff, and that has been a big complaint. And I think for me, I don't know about you, but it really just like reinforces the fact that a lot of big AAA releases, that are either new IPs, to be fair, or previously known for story and single-player stuff, have kind of become multiplayer only. So I'm just wondering what you think of the changing landscape of AAA games and the tendency towards multiplayer-focused video games.
Well, you still got, I guess, I guess the third-party developers, like Naughty Dog.
That's the first-party developer.
Wrong one.
Yep.
I always get them mixed up, like Spectrums.
Mm-hmm.
But you always got them doing like intense story stuff. So as long as I've got something like that, I'm okay. However, these online games are still really pricey, and they've got like very little replay value often.
That's a really good point. Didn't even think about the price.
Yeah,
and especially here in Australia, $100 retail. For a brand new game.
Like unless you're gonna
unless you wait for like a couple of weeks for Oz Game Shop.
Yeah, you can pre-order on Oz Game Shop and then get a week after.
Yeah, that's true.
Or you get it off Steam,
that's like $80.
But that'd still be the same equivalent because it'll be 80 USD, which will be about the same price. Or you can get it from JB.
Yeah, they're generally pretty good.
They're usually like $10 cheaper.
80, 85. Yeah, in that range.
Yeah.
Depends on the game.
But like if
I paid 80 for order, 80,
yeah.
80 and 86.
If company, so like, it's like Evolve. Evolve was like $70 on Steam. So was that? That's like $90.
Yeah,
at least,
$90.
I think.
Yeah,
It may have been 65 or something. But like, its offline mode was just its online mode again. But like, you could play by yourself
with AI.
Yeah, and like it was super weak, and it got so boring. Same thing with Titanfall. At least that, like Titanfall was. Are you serious?
I've got one of those really tight ones that I can't open.
No, I'm not opening it. Did you see what happened last time?
Oh jeez.
So, all right, I'm gonna open it over you.
Okay.
Oh jeez.
It's tight. Whoa.
Fuck! Why didn't it spill on you? That sucks. But yeah, Titanfall was another online game. Like it had a campaign. It was an online campaign. Yeah. It was just basically...
Wasn't the story just like in between matches?
Well, kinda. It was like set
with
maps.
Like VO stuff?
So like, you play on certain maps for each campaign mission.
Uh-huh.
But you could join a campaign and be like at the beginning again, even though you were up to like a certain area.
Okay, interesting.
It basically...
Oh, okay, I see what you mean now.
Yeah. It was basically, it was like a playthrough. What are they called? Like on GTA 5 when you have the playlists?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like that.
Yeah, I totally get what you mean now.
Yeah. And it was just like, they'd have people talking in the loading screen about what's going on. And you had 2 campaigns. Yeah. And that was alright. I mean, it's still just the same game.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
just so you get different, I think, you get achievements and stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I did. I'm in a
interesting, because both those are new IPs, so of course, like, they weren't necessarily criticised for being multiplayer only. Evolve more so than Titanfall, because I think Titanfall had
It was
better mechanics than Evolve, and it was almost before
and it
the
had
rush.
mechs, all right.
And it had mechs, exactly.
Mechs were great,
exactly. And
mechs are the best. Well,
and they've already confirmed Titanfall 2 is going to have a story. I think they learnt that there was
It'd be really
both
cool.
of those games had a massive drop off in players a few weeks after release.
Yeah,
and I think
exactly.
both of those worlds lend themselves quite nicely to single player stuff, like world building and characters and stuff like that. They're both
you gotta submit, like when you play Last of Us, you're instantly connected. Like you're like, oh, and then like after the prologue, you're like, ah. But yeah, you got online games constantly now, like Rainbow Six Siege. But
yes,
the
Rainbow
thing
Six Siege.
what's interesting,
Rainbow Six Siege, because that has some single player stuff.
Yeah,
they're called scenarios.
Yeah. I think so. But
I heard there was some fun stuff at the end of those as well.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of. But the thing about what's different is Siege is still going strong. Like it's been out for a few months now.
Yeah.
When did it come out last year?
November. Yeah.
And it's still going strong.
Yeah,
and I think it's an esport game now.
Yeah, and I think that's just a testament to the mechanics of
Rainbow Six Siege. It's exactly it. Like first there's a few buggy issues with the servers, but there's always is because you can never really truly account for how many people are going to go on it. Yeah,
definitely. But like what I find the biggest shame about Rainbow Six Siege is that comes from like such a lineage of games with great story modes.
Yeah.
And here it was kind of just like, well, we're focusing on the mechanics and we're focusing on the multiplayer.
Yeah.
So to me, that was a real shame. Like, I would have bought Siege if there was talking
it's
this
still,
solid single player campaign.
I really enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a lot of fun. But I don't mind that it's all online, but I can't play it constantly.
Yeah, that's true.
My brother can. My brother's spent like probably over 100, probably almost 200 hours now in it.
That's pretty good.
In comparison, yeah, exactly. If you're a gamer, it's like, it's alright, I guess. But then you got your games.
That's really decent.
That's when
I don't put 200 hours into most games. It takes a special game.
I just keep going back to games, I guess. Like, yeah. But yeah, you got all these... Rainbow Six Siege was interesting that it's going strong and it still hasn't really faltered much.
Yeah, definitely. Now, on the flip side, Oliver, you have a game like Star Wars Battlefront, which praised for its excellent story back in the day, Star Wars Battlefront 2, one of the great games
and
of
the
that
mad
generation.
as Galactic Conquest game types.
Conquest,
huh?
And now, rebooted by EA, of course, for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. And now it's just a casual multiplayer only game.
It's a sack of crap. That's what it is.
I want you to just like go hard on this.
Oh my! Like,
Tell me
first of all,
everything.
all right. It's what, like, at most, I think, 16 in a match in a lobby?
No, Walker Assault is really big. I think it's
Okay.
like a solid. It's either 32 or 64 Walker Assault. Like Walker Assault is really big.
Yeah. So
But that's the biggest mode.
Yeah, it's the biggest mode. But, like, that doesn't bother... It's not that is the issue. It's the fact that you're stuck as rebels and stormtroopers.
Yep.
That irritates the crap out of me.
Yep. So you don't like there's no prequel stuff.
I don't like that. Like, loved playing... I hated the prequels, for sure.
Yep.
The prequels.
Yeah, but there were great locations in the prequels.
Yeah, exactly.
And just great military ideas happening there.
Like playing...
It was a war. It was a proper war. Like, Rebel Alliance isn't a war. That's kind of like guerrilla
warfare.
Yeah, guerrilla warfare.
Which also doesn't make sense when you have these giant conflicts.
Yeah, exactly. While the Clone Wars was like a proper war.
Yeah, like you got...
Great military stuff happening in the prequels.
Like the map where you're in the Jedi Temple. Mm-hmm. And like the pillars are going down. Yep. And you got clones and you get like...
Kashyyyk is a classic
Kashyyyk
map.
is a great map.
Yeah.
What was another one? Coruscant was a fun map. And did they have Dagobah in the new one? I don't think they did.
No.
That was a confusing as hell
really
map.
limited locations in the new one. It's like Hoth.
There's like 4, I think.
It's Hoth, Tatooine, the new
Tatooine.
No.
Jakku.
Oh yeah, Jakku's in it, I suppose.
I think Jakku's in it.
Yeah, because there was DLC for that, to put Jakku in, and then that weird one.
There was Endor as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, Endor, and then that weird lava one that I can't remember the name of, which they created for the game.
Oh,
I can't
okay.
remember what it was called.
Then it doesn't
It was
matter.
pretty forgettable.
But it was so frustrating, and like the whole... It irritates... Like, it's not even split screen, is it? There might be split screen online.
You can do 2-player split screen co-op, but it's just waves.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, exactly.
With mini stories, like you're a pair of rebel troopers.
Yeah, it's like the same
stranded
stories
on Tatooine, and you need to wait for an escape pod.
It's like Titanfall campaign all over.
Yeah, it's like it's really basic. And Admiral Akbar talks to you. It's like really basic story stuff in those.
Oh, it's so annoying.
And on the fact they completely break canon in most of the multiplayer stuff, because when you get the Luke Skywalker power up on Hoth, is wearing his Return of the Jedi gear.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's so annoying that they've cut out so many modes and so many heroes are gone. Like that's when you on Battlefront 2 with Mos Eisley and the instant action and the heroes versus villains. Yes. You had like 10 heroes and 10 villains to choose from.
Oh yeah, like that was a rad
General
mode.
Grievous was a mad villain.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you got little Yoda, and you crouch, and you can't if you do it on Dagobah, you can't be seen under the water.
Awesome. Yeah.
And you're just like this little, just like it's so funny.
Yeah. Yes. So many great memories of that game.
Oh my gosh. It's like if that used to be like the original like 1v1 on Rust. You know? It was like 1v1 me on Mos Eisley instant action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Darth Maul versus Obi-Wan.
So good. So good.
Darth Maul was so good in that time as well.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy how... But that game bombed, like the new one.
Battlefront?
Well, not bombed, sorry, but like disappointed a lot of people.
Yeah, but it sold like hot fire.
Yeah, I didn't mean bombed. I meant like...
And people are still playing it.
Yeah. It like...
Just with the big casual audience.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun in it. I won't deny that. But like, if you're a massive fan of Battlefront 2, it's just like...
It's almost like a slap in the face.
Yeah, it is. It's just ridiculous because like... I don't know. And it's like, when that... So many people got outraged by that, yet it still did really well because, I don't know... It's still Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know, and it came out in the same year of Force Awakens.
Yeah. Almost within the same month.
Yeah.
I think it was like a November 10... Oh,
it
was the 17th release.
Oh, okay.
It was either the week after the week before, but before that.
Was it November?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was October.
No, it was November.
Oh.
Anyway.
Anyway.
It was supposed to be October.
And that like got slammed or by people that played 2, I guess, were a fan of it because it was just so different. It had such a good legacy. Like 1 was great and 2 was even better and 3 was so hyped because everyone was like, yes! Then, boop! Not what they wanted.
Yeah, definitely. So ultimately, I think we both think there are some serious problems with the idea of multiplayer only
I am
video games.
Slightly worried that like maybe they'll get popular enough to like story ones will decline.
Yeah.
Or like
think about the story-driven first-person shooter. We see barely any of those these days.
Yeah.
Recently, you think about we had like BioShock Infinite.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein: The New Order, and then Doom's coming out this year.
Yeah.
And in terms of story-driven first-person shooter games, that's kind of it.
It's kind of scary as well,
Seeing
games strong, like these online games overtaking like strong story games a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's also making them, I guess, the strong story games more popular.
Yeah, that's true.
In the same way.
More unique and more...
I was going to say desired, but...
Yeah, more desired, and they kind of like stand out more
in
the crowd.
Like, it's scary. Like, my nightmare would be like Uncharted having an online, entirely online thing.
Yeah.
Like if they did sort of like a Left 4 Dead sort of deal.
Yeah, because the thing with Uncharted is Naughty Dog doesn't own the license, PlayStation does.
Yeah.
And so Uncharted 4 will probably be Naughty Dog's last Uncharted game, and so Sony can hand off that license to whatever studio within Sony they want to create whatever game within that world.
Wouldn't it be cool if Telltale did an Uncharted sort of thing?
Well, Telltale's not a Sony studio. I mean, they could loan out the license to Telltale, but that's a whole other rigmarole. But that would be cool.
Yeah, or like
wouldn't
2K maybe
a proper.
Like if they did like a sort of Borderlandsy look to it.
2K's a publisher, so you want Gearbox to take.
Yeah, sorry, that's what.
Yeah.
I just always affiliate those two together.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what, like, the nightmare of, like, seeing things, like, my favourite games being turned into these stupid online things.
Indeed.
Like, it's just, like, Elder Scrolls, the MMO.
Yeah, that sucked.
Like, I played the beta for it, and it was terrible. And then, I
thought it was pretty rough. Yeah. Like, the fact that they completely went back on their subscription model, basically, and were kind of just like... Yeah, sorry guys. It wasn't worth the subs. So you can just play it for free now. Well, you still have to buy the game, but then it's no sub.
Yeah, I didn't buy the game.
I didn't know. So yeah, that's our thoughts on the changing ecosystem of the modern AAA game. What do you think? Let us know. Leave a comment. If you want to come back for more movie and gaming videos every week, you should definitely subscribe. We also have a Facebook page. It's facebook.com/workingtitleyoutube. And if you want to hit me up on Twitter, I am at Mr. Spaghetti22.
I'm not on Twitter.
You should be. Twitter's fun.
Okay. That was so hard to convince me.
Alright.
I don't know why I did the weird
I don't know why you did it either.
voice, like someone reading off a line really badly.
Yeah. So that's been...
Thank you for watching. Yes.
So that's been Game Talk.
What's banter?
The only bus worth catching.
Lol.
This has been Game Talk. And we'll see you next week.
I'm 2016.